Hey there. We have busy days, and learning to manage your time can help you feel less stressed and overwhelmed, especially as you add in searching for colleges into the mix. Between your work schedule, household tasks and activities, your students' schoolwork, their extracurricular activities, volunteer work, family time, and other responsibilities, your days and weeks are full. Throw in taking care of yourself, not knowing where to start or what to do next with the college search process, and having difficult conversations, and it becomes so much easier to put that college search to the side. When you learn how to manage your time and prioritize all of the tasks and activities, it's going to make that college search seem so much easier. Hey there, I'm Courtney, and I'm the founder of Confused to College Ready. With over 15 years experience as a mental health therapist turned school counselor, I am bringing my experience and expertise to help you navigate the college search experience. My goal is to serve students and their families and unlock the secrets to college searching. Stay tuned. Let's start by looking at the definition of time management to make sure that we're all on the same page. Wikipedia defines time management as the process of planning and exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. This means that we need to plan ahead to make sure that we know what the expectations are with our work, school, family obligations, and all of those other activities. Family is always going to be first. That is one of the things that is super important to me, and that's one of the things that I want to know that all of the families that I work with are aware of. Being able to plan ahead is going to help you to be able to prioritize and maximize that family time and put it first. We're going to look at some specific time management strategies to help you become more organized, be confident with where you are in the college search process, and feel less overwhelmed with everything that you need to do. So let's talk about how to better manage your time. Here are our easy ways to help you take those steps. Number one is we're going to look at the big picture, and then we're going to break it down. If you don't use some kind of a calendar or planner, I would strongly encourage you to do that. Some type of agenda will be able to help you see what the big picture is. Oftentimes, our students get an agenda or some kind of planner from their schools, but you might have a preference of a hard copy, a digital copy, or something that where your family can access everything together. So you might want to have one place where you are able to track all the activities that you have as a family. This might include major family events like birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, weddings, or other things that are going on. The school calendar, so that you know when the major school holidays are, you know when semesters are ending, and all of the different breaks so that you can plan around that time. Your own work schedule, so that you know if there are any places that you need to travel or expectations that you have for major projects with your own work, different extracurricular activities, and then as you get closer to applying to schools, the dates and deadlines for those applications and even scholarships. So in our family, we actually share a Google Calendar. That's where we have all of those birthdays, weddings, anniversaries. My sister is going to be having a baby in just a few months, and so we are super excited for that. That one has been on the calendar ever since we found out that she was pregnant. But we also have doctor's appointments, work meetings, any kind of after-school activities, different due dates for projects that my kids have for school, whether that be a major project or a test or things that we need to be aware of as parents, and then any other items that we need to know about. We also color code those events or appointment types so that we can see at a glance what we need to do. Who is it that has that meeting after school? If it's me, then does my husband need to go pick up the kids, or is that something that it's going to finish soon enough that I can help out with that? And vice versa. When we plan ahead, we also are making sure that we won't miss anything. The worst feeling that we have had is knowing that we've missed some type of date or deadline. As you prepare for college searching, your big tasks might include things like researching careers, searching for potential colleges, narrowing down that college list, or going through the application process itself. Number 2 is to break down those big tasks into smaller steps. So we have the calendar that has everything on there that you need to take a look at. Now we need to figure out how to not feel so overwhelmed. Have you ever heard of chunking a project or an assignment in school? Chunking is the process of breaking down those larger projects, assignments, or tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. This is something that you might do for work as well. The same concept is going to apply to preparing for college. I have worked with many students that look at the big picture and feel completely overwhelmed and think that they are never going to get anything done. This is the farthest thing from the truth. Your family might not know where to go or the steps to take with your college search, but I'm going to remind you, you don't know how to do it yet. A colleague of mine recently asked a student how you eat an elephant. She looked very confused and said, I have no idea. And he told her, we're going to eat it one bite at a time. That's the same steps that we're going to follow as you are looking at the college search. As an example, when you look at identifying the colleges that your student wants to apply to, you don't have to know everything right away. In episodes number 2, 5, and 7 that are going to be linked in our show notes, we actually discuss those first few steps that you're going to take in the college search process. So you take those smaller steps and then you plan those out into your calendar and have some set dates and time limits. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. The families that work with me for one-on-one coaching, we do go into more detail and give you specific tools to help you see what you need to do in each of these steps and helping you to prioritize that. All right, so number 3, we're going to look at due dates and we're going to set some time limits. So you want to be able to stay ahead of schedule with your tasks. You've got enough things that are going on with work. You don't want to have to feel like you're staying up until midnight to get everything done with these college deadlines. At the same time, I know some days we come home and we are exhausted. We don't necessarily want to feel like working on those tasks that we need to or that are on the calendar. When we work ahead and we know our due dates, we can have a lot more flexibility to take a break if you need to. This doesn't mean putting everything off. You need to think ahead and look at chunking those projects, and then look at the due date of when is a good time frame for me to get this done. If you go back to episode 6, we go into a lot more detail about setting up meetings. And so within those meetings, you're going to have deadlines and due dates for those specific processes. And that's going to help you know, is this something that I have to focus on today, or is this something where I could take maybe a little bit of a break? So if a day seems overwhelming and instead of the hour that you were going to put into it, maybe you look at 15 minutes now and know that later on today or tomorrow, you're going to have to make up some of that time. I will say, having worked with a lot of families, that most of the time when they start that 15-minute task and they're in the middle of the work, most of the time you're going to want to move forward and complete it or work for more than that 15 minutes. All right, so let's review these 3 easy ways to manage your time. Number 1 is we're going to look at the big picture and we're going to break it down. Use some kind of calendar or planner. Number 2 is breaking down those big tasks into some smaller, more manageable steps. And then number 3 is you're going to look at those due dates and set some time limits. So during our one-on-one sessions, if you are interested in signing up a time to have some individual coaching, I'm going to go into more detail about how to help you manage that time and be confident in all of the steps. Like I said, we have additional information that will go into more detail in episodes 2, 5, 6, and 7 about setting up those meetings, having positive conversations, and some of those first steps that you can take. If you haven't listened to them yet, please go back for some more helpful tips. If you're interested in setting up a one-on-one coaching session, please send me an email at admin@confusedtoready.com, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Confused to Ready and download our free guide on how to start or expand your college search at confusedtoready.com/how to start.